When the world was first created, it was adorned with 9 suns and 9 moons. The suns and moons hovered close to the earth, so close that their heat and reflections prevented anything from growing. This caused the humans and animals all across the world to suffer and wither away. With unending sunshine, the earth grew barren and dry. Plants couldn't grow, and life on earth was diminishing. In a remote village, 2 brothers, Yaj Yee and Yaj Yuam, found themselves unable to cultivate even a single crop. Realizing that the world was withering away, they came up with a bold plan. The 2 crafted a bow from wood and arrows from silver. Racing to the top of the highest mountain, the 2 aimed their bow at the suns and moons. With swift precision, they shot down 8 moons and 8 suns with their silver arrows. Witnessing the other suns and moons fall from the sky, Go Nu, the last sun, and Do Li, the last remaining moon, fled in terror. They hid in a large mountain cavern, vowing never to emerge again due to cruelty of humanity. With Go Nu and Do Li in hiding, the world plunged into eternal darkness for 7 long years. Plants couldn't grow, and life on earth seemed doomed. The villagers pleaded with Go Nu and Do Li to come out of hiding, but the 2 responded that humans had shot down the other suns and moons, so they had no reason to return. The villagers then turned to the nobles to persuade Go Nu and Do Li, but even the nobles couldn't sway them. Out of ideas, the villagers asked the mighty buffalo to speak with the sun and moon. The buffalo walked to the edge of the mountain and pleaded for the 2 to return. Intrigued by the buffalo's voice, Go Nu and Do Li peeked out from the cave, but upon seeing the enormous creature, they retreated back into hiding. The villagers then asked the dog to try. The sound of its barking tempted Go Nu and Do Li to look outside, but the sight of the dog's sharp fangs and long claws scared them right back to the cave. In desperation, the villagers asked a chicken to call for the sun and moon. The chicken's loud crowing attracted the attention of Go Nu and Do Li, but they remained hidden. Unbothered, the chicken continued to crow. Finally, at the 3rd crow, the 2 cautiously stepped out. To their surprise, all they saw was a small chicken with no comb and no claws. Curious, they asked the chicken why it was calling them so persistently. The chicken explained, "Please come out from the cave. The world has been in darkness for 7 years and nothing can survive." However, Go Nu and Do Li, still fearful of being shot down like the others, were reluctant to emerge. The chicken then proposed a plan. They should fly as high as possible where no arrow could reach them, and only come out when he crowed 3 times. The 2 agreed, but asked, "Who will protect us from the humans?" The chicken crowed, "Do not fear, I will protect you." Moved by the chicken's bravery, they reached into their robes and pulled out 2 crowns, 1 silver and 1 gold, along with 2 swords. They handed the gifts to the chicken and ascended high into the sky. The gold crown would become the rooster's bright red comb, the silver crown would become the hen's comb, and the 2 long swords transformed into the rooster's long spurs. With the sun and moon once again in the sky, and only emerging when the rooster crowed, life on earth began to flourish. To this day, the rooster holds a special place in Hmong culture. signifying the spiritual and cultural legacy of this story. This tale, like many others around the world, explains how the sun and moon came to be and why the rooster crows every morning.